Okay, let's go over a few basic things with fascia. So what we're going to do first is you can actually kind of pinch the areas just to see if there's a restriction, so if there's a difference at all. And you basically want to kind of pinch one side, then exactly on the other side, and see if there's any difference with the fascia. So typically with the fascia, you should be able to pick it up pretty good. So right here, it's a little bit more pliable compared to right here, but in the low back, can't pick up as much. So you can actually do a self-evaluation of the area before you actually start massaging or performing the stretches with the fascia stretch. And on some people, to test it out, they'll actually just move it back and forth. Just move it in different directions. So typically, let's say it's a little bit more restricted this way, we're more likely going to have to perform the fascia stretch in this direction to help relax that area. And typically with fascia, it's like 2,000 pounds per square inch. That's how tough it is. So usually the holds are usually 2 to 5 minutes in general, but some people can't hold them that long. I mean, 30 seconds is better than none at all with the fascia stretch. So what you want to basically do, again, is just, you can even hand on top of hand, just move it in different directions and to see the difference with that. One of the most basic holds for fascia stretch is you're actually going to cross your hands like this. And basically what you're doing is you're kind of having your hands kind of sink into the body. You're not going to push straight down with pressure. What you're going to do is you're going to kind of sink in the body and have the hands eventually go out like this. But if you can actually see your hands moving like this, more likely you're not affecting the fascia as well. So that's why what we'll do here is make sure you're kind of pushing in, because if you're performing it like this, it's a little bit harder on your own body. But if you want, every now and then you can actually perform the stretch this way. So you're actually kind of pulling apart instead of pushing in, just so you don't burn your own body out then. So what we're going to start with is the basic hand stretch like I just showed you. Make sure your hands aren't hyperextended like this. Make sure it's as straight as you can. So for this first one, I'm going to hold it longer than the other stretches we'll be performing. But remember, about 2 to 5 minutes usually for the stretch. So again, you're just kind of sinking your hands into the body, and you can start off by more the superficial layer, so you don't have to use as much pressure. So you can just warm up that area first. So especially if they have a more of a problem area, then you're going to have to add a little bit more pressure eventually. But always you want to actually warm up the area first. So again, I'm just going to hold this for a little bit longer. But every now and then you might feel a little bit of restriction, like it doesn't want to go anywhere for a while. So you're just going to hang out there for a little bit. And definitely remember that area too. So you just never know. It might just give in just out of the blue. And after you perform each stretch, you actually want to kind of test the fascia too, just to see if there's actual more flexibility in that region too. So afterwards, we'll actually test it too, kind of bring it up, kind of pinch that area. Some people actually perform like skin rolling methods too with the fascia stretch. And you as a practitioner, you want to make sure you're not using all your strength with this, even though they might need a little bit more pressure for these regions. What you can do is I'll show you other techniques later in the video that you can get more deeper pressure without compromising your body mechanics then. So that's a big thing with the fascia. So far it's gone just a little bit. And if you yourself are starting to hurt in any areas while performing the stretch, you can slowly let it go and then start to stretch over again, or use a different technique then too. So these will actually help you in the long run. So again, look at your body body mechanics, just make sure you're not burning yourself out with these stretches. Because if you're not used to them, you're more likely going to feel a little bit pain here and there, especially the shoulder region, because you are performing some internal rotation with the shoulders. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you can even hold this for longer too. So I'm going to bring it back to where it started. But see how much difference it is with the stretch. And you never want to abruptly stop it. So let's say you're like this and then take your hands totally off, because then the fascia kind of protects itself and it will actually go back to the state it was during the injury. So that's why you want to be able to relax as much as possible. So just slowly come out of it. And some people actually massage a little bit just to relax that area. More likely going to see some redness in that area too. So the redness is actually hyperemia, it's called. So the blood actually comes to the surface more, and you're going to feel a little bit more heat in those regions after you treated them. So you're really not going to be able to bruise them with these kind of stretches unless you're going to use more with the elbow with these stretches or with the knuckles.